Barbara here from BarbaraMakesCrafts.com. I'm here to teach and inspire you to level up your crafting game. Well, I love walking through Hobby Lobby, and one of the things that catches my attention every single time is a big flower made of craft foam. They are so pretty, and they have a multitude of uses. You can use them to decorate a child's room, baby showers, wedding showers. You're really only limited by your imagination. Well, today I'm going to show you how to make one of these on your own. And with a twist, we're going to add some glitter to it. So you will have so much fun making these. I know you will. And be sure to stay until the end of the video because I have a special announcement just for you. So let's go ahead and get started. All right, so we're going to go over what we're going to need now to complete this project. You're going to need some craft foam. You're going to need about 7 sheets, 12 by 18 inches. So you can cut these off and maybe use fewer. You'll have to move things around on the mat. I'm just using a light pink and then a glitter pink for that. You will need, oh, I don't know if I said this is 1.5 millimeter. You can use up to 3 millimeter for that, for your Maker or your Explorer. You're gonna need some painter's tape. This is Duck brand clean release. It's kind of a new one. It's extra sticky. I don't recommend using the wide though, because I used it and it caused some problems with the cutting. So that's just an aside there. You're gonna need the Cricut knife blade, which looks like this in your machine. You're gonna need a thicker piece of just white craft foam for the backing. I'm not cutting this on the Cricut. I'm just gonna cut a circle out of it. So you'll need that. You will need a standard grit mat. You can use the 12 by 12. I'm using the 12 by 24, and I'm using 2 so I can get one mat ready while the other mat is cutting. You can use a brayer tool just to roll your foam down really well and make sure it sticks. You're going to be taping it on too, so that's up to you. You're going to need a glue gun, and I'm just using a $5 glue gun from Walmart. And you'll need extra glue sticks, and you'll need some kind of heat source. Now, you can use like a heat gun and a pencil to roll your petals. I'm using my flat iron because that's just easier. I'm not coordinated enough to use 2 things at once. So I'm just using a flat iron. You could probably also get away with maybe a larger curling iron. All right, so let's head on over to Design Space and get our project designed. All right, here we are with a blank canvas, and so we are going to upload our design. Now, I'll be honest and say that I got this design for free from jennifermaker.com, and I already have it uploaded here into Design Space. I just need to get it on the canvas. Oh, here we are. So I put flower in the search bar, and it came up with everything I have uploaded already right here. So I'm going to click on this one with all the pink flowers and add it to the canvas. It's going to take it a minute to come in. Well, I was wrong. It is quite a large image, but it's going to cut on several different mats. So I want to just hold up there, and we're going to go ahead and switch over to the Maker so we can set up the first mat. All right, so we're going to get our foam laid down on our mat, and to make sure that it sticks on really, really good, we're going to tape it down with some painter's tape to make sure that it doesn't go anywhere. Let me just tape this down here. And this is just our first sheet. There's going to be 7 mats, I believe. If you saw my video on making paper flowers, this is actually the same design that I used for it. I thought making it out of craft foam would be kind of fun, kind of cute. And we'll get it ready to insert into the machine. And then we will finish up here. One thing to note here is make sure that these wheels, they're called star wheels, just make sure they are all the way to the right. Otherwise you're going to end up with indentions in your foam, and you don't want that. So now we'll just click on Make It. And it says sorting projects onto matte by color. So you can see there are 7 mattes. All right, so let's go ahead and hit continue. And it wants us to set our base material. And our base material is going to be craft foam. And I thought I had that saved, but I guess I didn't. So we'll just browse all materials and hit put craft foam in the box there. You can see there are 2 choices. There's craft foam and glitter craft foam. And we're just going to use the craft foam for right now. And then hit done. We want default pressure. And remember material settings, because we don't want to have to reset this between each mat. Now, if you look closely here, it says load the knife blade in clamp B. So you will need the knife blade, and by default, this defaults to the deep cut blade. So let me show you how to change that. Yes, I want to cancel the cut. All right, so I want to continue here and browse all materials. And when this pops up, down here in the lower left corner, you see material settings. And we want craft foam. All right, so you can see craft foam, the pressure setting is 125. It's going to cut 2 times. And I have it set to the knife blade, but it defaulted to the deep cut blade. So I just want to hit on edit just to show you how to do this. And you can see here there's a drop down. It says knife blade. I could go back to the deep point blade if I wanted to, but I did not have good luck cutting with that. So I am leaving it as the knife blade. So I'm just going to choose it. It's not going to let me. And select craft foam. And I'm done. And I want to remember the material settings. And you can see it tells us to load the knife blade in clamp B, which I've already done. So now I'm just going to insert this into the machine. Okay. And now we just hit go. And we watch it go. So that is the first one, and I'm going to unload it. Now the next one that we're going to work on, or the next one that I'm going to cut, is actually a glitter foam. And I put the glitter face down on the mat to cut. So we'll just insert it, and we'll let this go. And I'm going to alternate between regular foam and glitter foam for this flower. And I will just do that off camera and come back and we'll put the flower together. All right, so the first thing that we're going to do is go ahead and make our circle for the backing. It doesn't have to be super large. You can see I'm just using one of my sublimation mugs as the circle, and I'm just going to draw around it with my pen. And now we're just going to cut the circle out. You could also use like an empty can, like your vegetables or whatever come in. All right. So now it is time to get started with the petals. Just separate these out. So the first thing we want to do is, you see these slits that are in it there? We want to move the loose part back behind the stationary part and glue it down. So we'll just put a spot of glue right there. And I really, guys, prefer a high temp glue gun. And I have one somewhere. I just couldn't quite put my fingers on it this morning, but the high temp doesn't leave the strings as bad. So our next step is going to be curling these, and to do that I'm just taking my iron. The larger ones I'm going to curl out. It just takes a very tiny bit. Alright, the smaller ones we want to curl up a little bit. We want them to, well, I don't know if it's going to work. So now it is time to put them all together, put it all together. So we're going to start with these very large leaves here, or petals, and we're just going to alternate. And I want to kind of put them on here before I start gluing down, just to make sure they all fit. So we're just going to glue these down just like I had them on there. And now your four that are connected together, you're going to look at them and size them up. So this one is the largest, so we're going to glue it down first. Just hold it down until it sets really well. And then this one is next, and it's also the glitter one. We're kind of alternating. I'm still kind of being careful with it. Just so the glue will have a chance to dry if you want to work with this a little bit. And I also would recommend putting something in here, maybe a little piece of greenery or some kind of other flower in here. I know when I did paper flowers, I put a rolled up rose on the inside and I thought it looked really good. I don't have one of those in the foam. I probably should have made one, but anyway. So there is the finished product. And you can see this is gonna look fantastic wherever you decide to put it. See how easy that was? And this is gonna look great no matter where you decide to put it in your house, decorating for something fun at a ball event or a church event. And if you want to make them bigger, just use more of the larger petals. And to make them smaller, just use fewer of those petals. Well, I promised something special if you stayed around to the end. I need your help in finding 2,000 subscribers. If I hit that goal by the end of September, I'm giving one lucky subscriber a $50 gift card to Amazon. So be sure and tell all your friends and anyone that loves making crafts with their Cricut. I would love and be honored to have them on board. Well, if you got any value from this video, shoot me an emoji in the comment section below or hit the like button. And I would absolutely be honored if you would subscribe. It really does help keep the lights on here at Barbara Makes Crafts. And all my social media platforms will be linked below as well. And all the supplies that I used are also linked down there. So until I see you again, happy crafting!